I'm Greg Hackney. We're here on the Delaware River, and all I can say about this week's Elite Series, for me personally, dazed and confused. I have never fished a place as pretty and been as lost as I have been this week. You know, I've honestly just completely blessed to be, you know, to make the top 50 and, you know, make the money cut, because it has been as hard a grind as I can ever remember. And I think honestly what makes it that way the most is its appearance. You think about tough fisheries, you think about, you know, no cover, looks bad, but this place is loaded. Eelgrass beds for 40 miles on the main river. Every pocket has eelgrass, just tons of wood, boat docks. I mean, I still can't say just because I didn't catch them that the fish population is not good here, because what fish I've caught are really pretty fish. And typically when you catch really pretty fish out of a place, you know, it has a large fish population. You know, another thing, the tide fluctuates 7 feet. And that's really one thing that got me, because I figured the California Delta probably has as much tide fluctuation as any place we normally go. And so I really felt like, you know, that that bunch from out west would have an advantage, but they didn't. You know, a lot of them that really good, you know, California Delta fishermen didn't catch them, and I'm like, I don't know now. Because the deal with me at home, our tide is moving water. If we have a big wind out of the north, it blows all the water out. And if you have a big wind out of the south, it blows it up and it doesn't go out. But on a normal tide, you know, maybe a foot a day. Every 6 hours, our tide fluctuates a foot. Well, here it's 7 to 9. You know, if you went farther up the river, it fluctuates 9 feet. And I'll just be honest with you, it has completely confused me this week, and I've been as lost as I ever have. I mean, it really pisses me off, because I'm supposed to catch them here. Only thing that I thought about, a couple things, I read it wrong. You know, I fished it like a river, and I should have fished it more like a reservoir. And what I mean by that is the areas that I fished. You know, I probably should have fished more main river than back in the creeks. And, you know, I kept looking for a glory hole where there would be a bunch of fish concentrated. That's how I spent my whole practice, looking for a place to win, you know, and just trying to get on whatever you can, but still. And I don't think you fish it. It's a run and gun. I think it'll be one running and gunning. I don't think somebody's going to sit in one place, and you had to fish the whole river and probably run the tide. Typically in our tournaments, running the tide doesn't win the tournaments. It'll be a guy locking down in one place. But on this river, it's going to be different. If you look back, you know, past history on tidal rivers, it's typically a guy that locks down in one place. This one's not going to be won that way. It's going to be won by people fishing, you know, a large area.